Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here at Plan with Elise, and today I am flipping through and planning with the brand new Autumn Daze sticker book by Castetic Plans that releases on Wednesday, September 6th at 10 a.m. Central. I do have an affiliate link in the description of the video if you are interested in purchasing and would like to use my link. So another fall sticker book and another beautiful sticker book by Cassie. Just as I even go to open this, the stunning watercolor scenes and the loose leaves, these are on clear, and then you have a second page also on clear. So they're two different, excuse me, two different pages here, but these are absolutely stunning. I love these that are like, excuse me, blowing in the wind. I don't know what's going on with my voice this morning. And then we have individual trees, and it's hard to see here, but there's even some texture behind these, which is really pretty. These are on clear sticker paper. And then some fun little just elements, like we have the trees, these watercolor, and then the benches. So you can really make like a lot of fun scenes in your planner. And this is something that I'm like trying to get better at because I know it's not my specialty. And then a second set on clear. And then all the little different elements, the leaves, but they're kind of like abstract, and we have sort of the clouds and the birds. These birds I'm okay with, I think. So you have two pages of those, both on clear. And then a second set, which just reminds me of like a nice day in fall strolling through the park. And then one more on clear. So the previous was paper. These are on clear. And then, of course, the boxes to coordinate, and more boxes and bullets as well. And then we jump into some really soft florals. These are on paper, and I just love the little like eucalyptus around it. I think it's just such a pretty page of stickers and would look so pretty in the planner as well. And then we have a nice long sticker border and some pre-made abstract shape elements together, some clusters. And then all of these kind of individual ones for you to be able to put together. Some, of course, are already pre-made, but to be able to put these together would be really cool. And then the boxes that coordinate. Really pretty. And look at these ones with the pumpkin that are pre-made. Like part of me these are going to be in my planner for this week. Part of me wants to use these. I'm also like, I don't know, do pumpkins belong in September or do pumpkins have to be in October? I can't quite decide. It's one of those things I struggle a little bit with, not quite knowing when pumpkins are supposed to happen. I might be doing them this week because these are just absolutely beautiful. And then we have these like a little bit more moody florals that also kind of have the feather elements, but they're really pretty. So that one's paper. These ones are clear. And then we have these kind of wreath boxes. So what's great about them is that they're on paper and they're going to be really easy to write in no matter what pen you're using. And then some more abstract shapes with the little like, it reminds me of when you would paint and use a toothbrush to kind of like splatter these kinds of I don't know what they're called, but they look cool. I'll say that. And then, of course, the coordinating boxes. And then some larger ones with the abstract shapes and the flowers built in kind of all together as a pre-made cluster. So this is a really great book. I think it's a really unique book. I say that always about any of Cassie's sticker books because they are just unlike anything that we usually see, and they're beautiful. Okay, let's get to planning. So I feel like we need to lift up and make sure that we have all the space that I need for a big happy planner. All right, I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and go for, do I do it? I don't know if I'm ready to do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Okay, we're just gonna go for the pumpkins, even though it's not even technically fall yet. But you know what? I'm gonna put this here. At this point, Labor Day has passed. We are back to school. The pool is closed. The pool, like public pool that I go to. Well, is it a public pool? I mean, it's a private pool because you need a membership. So, but it's public in terms of it not being like in someone's backyard. I don't really know what that's considered. Whatever. The pool that I belong to is closed. Whether or not the pool in your backyard might be, or where you live. And I'm just going to use my white Uniball Signo to cover this up. Someone did give me an alert, thank you, Nicole, that my Uniball Signo is not linked in my video descriptions as I say it is. So that is now updated. It's updated before this video. So if you have been looking for this pen, you can now find it in my video descriptions. All right, that looks really pretty. And then just to kind of like start it out with a full blown cluster. And then I'm kind of thinking, I don't want to use that one yet. Let's back up. Back up even more. And again. And one more time. Okay. So these are the same florals, which is fun because we can kind of combine them together. So what I think I want to do is bring in this one right up here at the top. I think that would be pretty. Or I could go down the side. It depends on if I want to use the sidebar this week or not. Well, now all of a sudden, I can't decide. What do I do? What I'm kind of thinking is if I put this down, and I like really can't use the sidebar. I can't decide what to do. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the side for a second while I look a little bit further into this book. I know I tend to be really indecisive when I'm using Cassie stickers, and I don't want to be. So we're just going to play around a little bit differently, I think, today. And instead of going about my normal, like, it is going to be box checklist, something decorative. That's definitely going to happen. But I think that we're going to play a little bit with placement a little differently than I normally do. So I didn't cover up the lines underneath this because you wouldn't really be able to see it. You can see a tiny bit there, but it doesn't bug me. And then let's jump to our, okay, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do here. So with the way that I've kind of set this up now, it's going to be like box, checklist, box, checklist, box, checklist. So Monday is Labor Day, so I'm off work, which is really nice. I'm going to put this over here, but I feel like we definitely need something to kind of help spruce it up a little bit. So in that case, these are just going to be a little bit too small for me when it comes to my big planner. I want to do something a little bit bigger. So I think we're going to use the full box and then maybe grab this pumpkin set right here. And what I'm going to do is put some of it down and then use this white pen to cover up the parts that the sticker is going to go over so that you won't be able to see it. And that's what this pen is really good for, because this pen is super milky. But this is going to need to go higher. And it's only covering up a teeny tiny bit of it, so it's not, oops, there we go. I probably didn't need to do that little part, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's like a problem or so noticeable. And then I think I want to take this flower. We're going to cut this one in half. Put it here. Whoops. If it wants to go there. And then we'll do another one with a different style. And of course, put the leftovers back in the book so that I can use them again, kind of to help decorate another box. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to grab my checklist stencil, which we know I can't live without, and put this down over here. I am using a Uniball 1.38. This is, for now, my new favorite pen. Whoops. I used to do a 0.38 a lot, and then I kind of got to a 0.5, but now I've fallen back in love with a 0.38. And I also like that the pen body is white. Body, barrel, I don't know what it's called. So because I've kind of set this up here, these checklists all now have a home down here, and I'm going a little bit lower so that I can give them a heading. All right, there we go. Now let's continue. So I think that I might want to bring in, some of these more abstract elements, like right over here, but I kind of want to lift this, and that's going to be a problem. I think I need my undo. So this time I'm really only just going to put a little bit down. No. I don't know if you can hear, there's like drilling outside. One of my neighbors is doing construction. I don't know what kind of construction they're doing. We can't do anything to the outside of these houses because, you know, they're townhouses and it's an HOA. So I'm so curious of what they're doing inside because, you know, I want to know. We have the same house. Like, what are you doing? But the people who are doing the actual construction have been like cutting things outside. So I'm not entirely sure what's being done, but the introduction of that noise today may have just changed my day because today is Saturday and I planned on it being mostly a filming day. However, if this is going to be happening, that kind of switches things around for me. So we will see what ends up happening if the sound is really obvious, which now I'm nervous it's going to be. So we shall see. I mean, luckily it's mostly quiet here. I really don't deal with any extra type of noise, but I'm going to continue filming this video. I'm not going to stop. I think that as I talk, you probably can't hear it, but I'll sort of test it and see what it sounds like after the video is done and after editing is done, and see if it's something that I can continue to film with or that I have to pause for the day and then figure out what else I will do. Okay, so we're going to put these here. And then let's maybe do another green one like down here. And then in terms of a box element, I'm kind of feeling like this doesn't quite make sense. I'm wondering, like, should I have put another one of these right over there? I felt like I put this here because it helped cover up some of that empty space, but now that it's there, I'm not entirely sure that it works. But the other thing I can do is bring in another one over here to help balance it out. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's bring in this green one. Actually, we're gonna use the orange. This like burnt sienna orange. Does that work? I think that works. Maybe having the little element of abstract. What's messing me up here is this line. So we're going to cover it up. And then I know that there's still all this extra space. Not that I need to fill every space in my planner, but I feel like that just looks really blank. I wonder if I have another idea, but it's going to require more undo because now we need to lift this side. It's so hard to like predict everything that I'm going to want to do in a spread in terms of what to, you know, not quite put down. But that's where undo is a great tool. Oops. Except for the fact that it smells horrible. I feel like I've talked about this before. Sometimes I avoid using it because of my head and my migraine triggers. Like the moment I put undo down and smell it, all of a sudden I get like a shooting pain in my eye. But I think that that'll be okay. Okay. It's a little bit loud. I think that the pumpkin on the pumpkin is a problem. Yeah, because like this whole thing is filled. So let's lift that up. Let's keep this a little bit lifted. I liked the width of this. I can't quite remove these, but there are other pre-made elements. So what if I grab this one? I still have that big sticker that I put down. And what if we just kind of layer this over here to kind of use some more of that space? I think that that works. Okay. That was good. All right, now in terms of space and like design, so just adjusting myself in my chair. The amount of hours that I spend in this chair a day is a lot of hours. All right, I need to do something decorative up here, but I want to bring in the abstract, but not too much abstract because I have it right here. So let's look at my options. The other thing I can do, let's not forget about this guy, but I still haven't decided what I'm doing with the sidebar yet. I think we're going to bring this in over here. I think I'm just going to do it. Otherwise, it's probably just going to sit at the edge of my desk until this video ends and then I forget about it. So I'm just lining it up there against that line and then we will trim off the edge. If I could find my knife. This is when I say like, I need an assistant. Can you hand me my knife, please? That drilling sounds like being at the dentist and it's like triggering me. Okay, whoops, I just ripped that extra piece, but that's okay. It was the leftover. All right, so now I have the decorative, which is good because I can bring in a box. So let's do a full box. I'm going to go for, wait, let's think about this. If I do a box here, I could do a checklist here, and then I could maybe bring in some sort of abstract thing over here. I think that's what we will do. So we'll do box, even though that's going to layer a little bit. Then we're going to do checklist. And then we are going to, what did I say? Abstract elements, right? So let's do abstract, but with this piece. That might be a lot again with the florals. Okay, I don't know that this piece is going to make it in. We do have this one, but it's kind of small. Hold on, let me pull this off to show you. But what I think I can do is maybe add in another, and the floral doesn't bother. Oh, it's not actually as small as I thought. Okay, this works. And the way that I would use this in terms of functionality is I would actually write right over all of this because these colors are light enough that I could just write something here and the colors behind it will look nice. This might be a little bit more challenging. This might just stay decorative, but this one I feel like is usable as like a functional box. And I can never have enough boxes. I fill them all up, even if it's if I write down the weather or what I'm watching or what I had for dinner or, you know, a release, like whatever it may be used for. I always kind of make it work. Okay, now what I've done here is kind of screwed myself because I have so much less space for function. I don't hate having less function on a Friday because my Fridays are not usually as productive. I work from 8 to 4, but I still usually wake up at about 7. So I just don't have as much time to get things done during the day as I would on a weekday where I wake up 2 hours before work. But I am not willing to wake up at 6 a.m. on a Friday because Friday nights I often go out or do something social, and I can't do something social if I wake up at 6 a.m. and work all day after a full week of work. I am a morning person, but not to that extent. So we're just going to go ahead and put the checklists in, knowing that there's a little bit less. That said, I may jump back to the sidebar and put more checklists in the sidebar because I'm losing a little bit of that space over here. So I want to bring in this, and we're going to kind of layer it right over this guy, but you guessed it, we are going to cover up the corner so you don't see it. I also want to take a moment as I'm doing this to thank you for all of your support and affiliate link usage in August, and always, but in August. I have a revenue goal for Plan with Elise this year, and with your support, I am on track to meet it. With your support and my consistency, I'm on track to meet it. I know that I share a lot of videos with new product. It's really my goal to continue to share new product, but also share it in a way that I'm showing you how I'm planning my life and not just doing like flip throughs of product that I'm not using. We're going to put this over here just to kind of add something right there. And really merge planning my life and how I plan it with the new product that I'm sharing, because the new product usually helps me in terms of when you use my link, but it also helps, promote the creators, oftentimes small creators who are designing the product. So I just wanted to kind of jump in and thank you for your support. Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, we've got this green. This green is right here. This might be the only option for green. However, if I put the pale pink, then we have pale pink next to each other. And if I put the burnt orange, then we have the burnt orange right here. So I could do this right here, which I think is fine. I mean, we have the green there, but there's enough of a difference. But then over here, we're going to need to do some layering so that it's not too much of any color. So if I jump back to some pre-made elements, this one's going to be too busy. So what if I take, there's still so many boxes to use. I wouldn't actually hate using green again, but maybe we combine it. Like, I'm out of this shape box, which I really like this shape box. But I'm kind of wondering, what about like this? What if I layer this here, which I think looks kind of cool. Even though you can see I will be writing over it, and put this right here, but do we need to lift this guy up at this corner, which is not going to be easy because that was like the first corner that I put down. But I think we're going to do it anyway. And it should really just be the corner that I need to do. We're going to try to breathe through my mouth for a second so that, nope, I did it. I breathed through my nose and I smelled it. Okay, that looks good, but even though I said I was going to cover this up with pen anyway, it's bugging me. So we're going to do the white pen trick. And like I said, this pen is just so milky that it's really easy. I actually buy this in packs of 12 because I know I'm going to use it. Something that like is really the perfect pen for the way I use it, and I have no plans on not using it anymore. All right, we need heading boxes and we need a sidebar. and we are good to go. So I think this is going to get pink, even though that the pink is right next to it, or do we just do orange? Let's put it down and see what I like better. I think orange, even though that has an orange. There's a lot of boxes in this spread. And I just have to go high because of the way that I put these down. And then this one, I think we'll get, I think I'm going to do a pink too. I don't want to do another orange because I already have those two. And I don't want to do a green because there's a lot of green here. So we're going to go pink again. Okay, normally I would put in the bullet points here. I think that may end up being something that is either done off camera or maybe not done at all. I sort of feel like once I put the bullets down, if I match them to these, there's just going to be like a lot of orange and a lot of orange. So this may be a week that I don't do the bullets. That might be it. All right, let's look at the sidebar. So I want to bring in one of these pre-made elements, and with the big planner, I will have room for most of this sticker, not the entire sticker. So here's how we're going to fix it. I'm going to trim this whole thing off. Whoops. Then I'm going to get the rest of the box. And, oops, that's not going to work that way. And we're going to put the box back together. It's a smaller box, but it works, and you never would have known. And then let's bring in maybe like this pumpkin right here to cover up this week's list instead of just using correction tape. I think part of the problem is that I have this instinct of when I put stickers down, I like flatten them with my hand. And I don't know that I noticed I did that until I started editing reels where I'm doing like a speedy spread or something. This isn't fully cut off. And what happens is half of the video is just me going like that. So I think that if I stopped doing that, I might be in better shape. All right, now I want to do a long sidebar sticker, and I want to do this burnt orange one. But all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what if I bring in the other piece of this? Like there's two of this sticker and I bring it in over here, but I think that that just might be too loud. So instead we're going to do this. And I think I want to use the lines here. I don't typically do that on the sidebar, but I think it's going to help make this week more productive for me. I have to be a little bit more careful with this stencil because it doesn't go to the full width of this sticker. So I'm just making sure that I'm going like edge to edge. And then in terms of lining it up, I'm going to put one of the lines where I already drew it so that the spacing is right. And this will be good because it'll add some of the functionality that I removed on the weekend. And we've got room for one more. Okay, I feel like this needs a heading though. Needs something up at the top. Even if it's just me writing this week or to do, we just need to fill that space there. Okay, I think this spread is finished. I really, really love it. It makes me happy. I don't mind the pumpkins in September. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And as a reminder, I'll have the sticker book linked in the description. Release is on September 6th, 10 a.m. Central. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time.